Hi, so the protein powder that you're using in your smoothie could be aggravating or making your PCOS worse. So today we're going to go real quickly over some of the things you should look out for in your protein powder. The two things that I consider when I'm looking at various protein powders are insulin demand and your phytoestrogen content in the protein powder. So first, let's talk about what insulin demand is. It's a unit of measurement. It's an indication of how much insulin your body produces in response to consuming a certain type of food. Now, we always talk about carbohydrates in relationship to blood glucose and insulin, but proteins like meats and protein powders also produce an insulin response in your body. And in fact, some high protein foods produce an insulin response that's even stronger than when you eat a carb like pancakes. So you want to be careful with which proteins you select, in particular when you're choosing a protein powder. And the second thing that we should look at is phytoestrogen compounds. Now, that's a controversial topic. It's not exactly clear how much phytoestrogens you would need to consume for it actually to have an impact on your hormonal balance. But since there are so many protein powder options out there, to me it makes sense to pick one that has a low phytoestrogen compound. Now, for those of you that don't know what phytoestrogen is, it is a plant-based type of estrogen that you consume and gets into your body. So it's not the estrogen that you actually produce in your own body. It's actually that you're getting a little bit more of this plant-based estrogen by eating certain types of foods. So if you're vegan and you're looking for a protein powder, I recommend pea protein powder. It has 9 essential amino acids, which is important when you're looking into protein sources for a vegan diet. Not many plant-based sources have all 9 essential amino acids, and amino acids are kind of the building blocks of our body, so it's important that you consume these amino acids every day. And the essential ones can't be produced by the body, so you can only get them through food. And pea protein is a great way of getting that into your system if you're vegan. Plus, there are a lot of plant-based protein powders such as soy that are higher in phytoestrogens, and pea protein is low in phytoestrogens, also making it a great choice for vegan people with PCOS. Now, if you're not vegan, my top choice right now for protein powder is collagen peptides, in particular marine collagen peptides. So that's a protein powder made from the collagen, the bones, tendons, and structures in fish. I know that sounds like it would taste terrible, but actually what I love about collagen peptides, whether you get it from a bovine source or a marine source, is that it's pretty much tasteless. You can put it in anything and you will not notice the taste. And that is a excellent endorsement because I am super picky when it comes to protein powder flavors. So there have been some studies on marine collagen peptide protein powders on rats, type 2 diabetic rats. And it's shown that moderate to high doses of the collagen over time is shown to improve the insulin sensitivity of diabetic rats. So the hope is that that study also transfers over to human populations, which that's why we study rats, is because it's a pretty good comparison. So there's some evidence to suggest that it will improve your insulin sensitivity, and it has a lower insulin demand than other animal-based protein powders like whey. And it's been shown to reduce inflammation. So chronic inflammation is part of your PCOS puzzle. The collagen peptides can help bring that down. Now, 2 types of protein powders that are controversial. I want to go on and talk about them. The first one is whey. So whey is a dairy product, and a lot of people are sensitive to dairy, so that's one reason why you might not want to consume it. But the other is that it has a high insulin demand. So when you consume whey protein powder, your body produces more insulin than it would with other protein sources. And so that leads me to believe that maybe it's not the top choice right now for PCOS. And then the other protein powder, which I mentioned before, is soy protein powder. Now, I don't think that you have to go completely 100% soy free. with PCOS, because again, the concern there is that the phytoestrogens in soy could be interfering with your hormonal balance. But in general, it looks like from the research you would have to consume a whole lot of soy for that to be an issue. But why choose a soy protein powder? Because they don't mix well. They're usually a lower quality. They don't blend as well. They're not as bioavailable. And they're just not as good as the pea protein powder, which is an excellent vegan option. So there you go. You have two ideal protein powder options, one vegan, one not, for women and people living with PCOS. But just one more thing. If you don't use protein powder, that's okay. It is not like some sort of essential supplement you need for managing your PCOS. I don't use protein powder that often, just in my smoothies when I have them. So it's a great option for those of you who are like smoothie junkies, but it certainly isn't something that you have to have if you have PCOS.